So here we are with our Pico de Gallo or tomato salsa. Another thing that we could make since we have so many tomatoes on the market, relatively cheap. These came from my garden. It's about £1 of tomatoes, parsley, green chilies, chive, all from my garden. So we say totally local, well, almost, because we are adding red onions and some garlic to this recipe, and of course salt. And you'll see some black pepper in the background, and we are toasting some cumin seeds or jeera, so that will be added at the end. So we are going to make our tomato salsa or pico de gallo using fresh tomatoes, green chilies, parsley, chive, all of that freshly picked from the garden. Of course, we have our lime to give it that nice tang at the end. So we're going to rough chop all of this and then toss it. So this is just to show you where the chive came from. Alright, so we're not using any celery, but we're going to go down to where the parsley is. And on the way, we're going to see where the tomatoes came from. So we have them here. Alright, so this guy will be ready sometime in the week. Alright, so I picked, I thought I got all. Here we have a lovely ripe one hiding in the back. Alright, so this is where the tomatoes came from. And on the side here, this is where the parsley would have come from. And the green chilies, here we have them on the tree. Right, so we have our green chilies here. Right, so this is where some of our local stuff for our pico de gallo would have come from. If you're interested in using pimentos instead of the green chilies, I also have those here. Right, so if you don't want it spicy, you could also add basil, and I'm not adding any basil to mine today. Right, so we have our backyard garden with some of our ingredients for our pico de gallo tomato salsa. So here we have our items that have been cut up. Our pound of tomatoes diced, 3 green chilies cut up into small pieces. Of course, if you don't want it spicy, you could use pimentos. We have about a 1/4 cup of parsley, rough chopped, 1/2 of a red onion, diced, our chive, about 1/4 cup, 3 cloves of garlic, also cut up very finely, and we're going to juice 1 lime. We have our roasted cumin. We're going to use a pinch of that, and of course we're going to add black pepper and salt to taste. So we're going to throw these bad boys into our bowl and toss them together. Right, so we're putting everything into the bowl. We have our tomatoes and green chili already in, our parsley, red onions, and then we're going to move to the chive and then garlic. And then we're going to give that a nice stir around and add our salt and black pepper. Okay, so we're going to give this a stir now, and then we will add the rest of ingredients. All right, so it's starting to come together there nicely. So let's put in some salt and just sprinkle in some. Of course, when you taste it, you will decide if you want to add more. Remember, we could always add more. We can't take out, so start off lightly. All right, so put in a pinch of cumin. Okay. Right, there we go. And add your black pepper now, if you have your black pepper in a grinder, or if you want to just sprinkle in some, that's fine. All those colors are looking so beautiful. All right, and the juice of 1 lime, we are going to squeeze that in now. There we go. Really nice. And of course, remember to roll your lime with the palm of your hand. If you have rough skin lemon, you can also use that. So we roll it to ensure that all the juices come out nicely. All right, and of course, give it another stir. And there we have our Pico de Gallo or tomato salsa finished. All right, so there you go. Beautiful colors, everything blending in nicely. And you can enjoy this with chips of any variety. Remember, keep it as local as you can. Totally local. Well, almost.